Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Marianas Coffee.
Good evening, Commonwealth, and thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Sakurako Halstead.
And I'm Dan Shore. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories.
A tee-off ceremony for a new land lease deal at Coral Ocean Golf is postponed by the fine print. Call it a mulligan.
Also tonight, home detention means stay at home. A man under supervised release is ordered back to prison.
And we are in the north of Portugal with a look at volleyball and more.
In music, our in-house band is here to deliver some welcome holiday cheer.
Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
This holiday, would you rather buy this TV or get one for free? For a limited time only, bring home a free 43-inch Samsung Smart TV when you sign up on Link with DTV Plus today. Just imagine your favorite movies, shows, and more, all in stunning quality on your brand new screen. Visit DocomoPacific.com or see us in store to learn more. Docomo Pacific, better together.
I love Marianas coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
Hey CNMI, it's David Hood, and I'm here to tell you the former Hyatt will reopen November 25th. Welcome to the new Loyalty Club.
Giovanni's, the coffee shop, Miyako's, and even the former Regency Club. Come spend the night with us. You should see the pool. It looks amazing. Look us up on Instagram or Facebook. Can't wait to see you here.
I just want to take a moment to personally thank everyone in the CNMI for the unwavered support in the reopening of the former Hyatt. Thank you so much.
Tangy pickles, slivered onions, tender pork covered in our delicious barbecue sauce, and topped on a home-style bun. Behold, the McRib. It's not just a sandwich, it's an experience altogether. The McRib returns. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Half a day, Titawami, and good evening, Commonwealth.
You're watching the Channel 2 News on December 6th from our studio high up on Capitol Hill.
The devil is in the details. A 40-year lease extension scheduled to be signed today at Coral Ocean Resort is pushed back after proposed language is questioned. Coral Ocean Resort could soon have a new 40-year lease for the golf and hotel facility.
The moment that I found out about the news, our GM Calvin, he told me about the news that the 40 years extension for the Coral Ocean land lease is already approved. He was so happy to announce it, and of course, as an employee here, I would love to work more years with this company.
However, the paperwork is apparently still being sorted out as a scheduled ceremony today was put on hold at the last minute due to some wording in the lease extension.
Today, Coral Ocean Resort postponed the 40 years new lease signing. Future date of the signing will be determined.
Seoul, Korea could see up to an inch of snow tonight. So for these Koreans, golf in sunny Saipan, a pretty nice option. More on this story as it develops.
A criminal defendant home on supervised release defies bail and is remanded into custody. Shane Mendiola is charged with contempt of court after being spotted by police outside of Saipan, Vegas. Mendiola was recognized by police officers who confirmed that he was court-ordered to be under house arrest. Minutes later, after an auto violation stop, Mendiola was found to be in the passenger seat of the offending car and was placed under arrest. Arraignment is set for December 16.
Two dolphins are taking their legal arguments to Yale University after successfully arguing their case in Supreme Court. This week, 30 students in grade 9 to 12 from Mount Carmel, Saipan International School, and Marianas High School culminated in a two-day tournament at Guma Justicia. This year's winner, Gia Nickdal, a senior from Marianas High School, is enthusiastic about her experience.
This is my first time competing in moot court. I've only ever done mock trial throughout my years in high school, but this is such a unique and fun experience because I really get to argue and use my critical thinking skills on the stand. I've never really done that before in mock trial, and this is you get really involved in the process. You get to really know about laws and cases and how they work, so it's really helpful for me because I also want to be a lawyer, so I'm really excited for this.
She explains the difference between a mock trial and moot court.
So mock trial specifically is where they simulate an actual court trial. That's typically on a lower court, so that involves witnesses, it involves typically a jury, and it involves lawyers that make objections against each other. However, in moot court, it's different because it's an appellant, so it really is only between the judges and the counsel people, so just the lawyers.
Saipan International School teacher Stacia Bainix has coached 6 teams for this event.
With moot court, the students are arguing in front of the justices in order to essentially argue that a lower court decision either needs to be affirmed or overturned.
Students have learned how to argue in an appellate court by participating in workshops, drafting legal briefs, and presenting oral arguments.
We have the clerks here, the organizers, have been amazing in running workshops and offering their knowledge, their proper legal knowledge for preparing for this competition.
Nathan Ford, law clerk to Supreme Court Justice Perry Enos, was part of creating the localized mock case Carpintero versus Brad Air regarding an employee's request for religious accommodation and enforcement of a non-compete clause.
In roughly July, August, the 3 Supreme Court clerks and the Supreme Court Clerk of Court, Judy Aldan, we came together and we wrote a case problem. It's 2 legal issues based on a fictional case here in the CNMI.
Students competed in teams of 2, representing their client on 2 different issues of law.
We think this is a really great opportunity for high school students to not just sort of learn these soft skills, but also to get a good introduction into what it looks like to be a lawyer. In certain ways, lawyers do lots of things, but this is one of the things lawyers do. And we want to encourage the students to that becoming a lawyer and coming here to the NMI to be a lawyer in the future is a viable career path and one that we really hope some of them will choose to do.
2023 champion and also winner for this year, Julia Titano, echoes Ford with a first-hand experience perspective.
I just think that moot court is such a good opportunity, even if you don't have an interest in law, because I've gained insight beyond just the law. I've learned about things that apply to daily life. I've learned about certain mock trial procedures through moot court. I've learned about what an appellate procedure looks like, which I would have experienced if it wasn't for this activity.
The winning team for this event receives a perpetual trophy and will be invited to represent the CNMI at the National Association of Moot Courts regional competition held at Yale University in New Haven, Connecticut in April 2025. Locals visit and return home for the holidays, while visitors celebrate their wedding and compete in an annual sporting event. Comers and goers are here for many reasons. We look to Saipan International to see what they're up to. Local Benjamin Semen, now in the Marine Corps, has been living in North Carolina for 2 years now.
I'm on my way back home to North Carolina. Yeah, just came to visit family.
Experiencing being off-island and coming back, this is what he appreciates.
The water. 100% the water.
Newlyweds Johnny and Barbara are returning to Hong Kong after a 5-day whirlwind Saipan honeymoon. This is their impression of the island.
Well, for me, I really like the atmosphere, and the people are nice, and the food very good, but very huge. A bit too huge for people from Hong Kong like us. But yeah, but it's a very good bargain, I would say, in terms of size. People are nice, and unlike Hong Kong, because we are from Hong Kong, and it's very relaxing here, and we really enjoy our time here.
I think the atmosphere here is very relaxing, and we do enjoy it a lot. And we pay a lot of activities, including parasailing, snorkeling, and also the ATV.
Food with big portions, lots of activities, and a relaxing atmosphere is the feedback we got. They say we need to make ourselves more known.
I think Saipan needs to let many people around the world know more about this place, like how good it is, and just to let people know. Because when I choose somewhere to travel to, first I need to know that place, right? If I don't even have that in my mind, I won't choose that place.
I hope more people in Hong Kong knows about this place and knows actually is a pretty nice place to travel.
As we say adios to those leaving the island, we say welcome to Saipan to those arriving. The welcoming committee is ready with leis. Last week, we welcomed motocross competitors. This week, we welcome cyclists ready to go the distance. Ryan Matienzo says it's his second time joining this event.
We're racing the HOM this coming Saturday. HOM is the Hell of Marianas. That's their yearly road race here. A lot of pro cyclists come here and compete. So we're returning from last year.
Thomas De La Cruz just came back from a month-long trip in New Mexico.
I was there for work. Yeah, I work for FEMA, so going back and forth all year.
He was sent out to help after the flood came through in the city of Roswell.
My division handles a lot of the registrations, door-to-door wise, so as far as we know, we covered a lot of ground, enough to maybe say that they were finished, so they were able to send us all home.
Just in time for the holidays. Welcome back, welcome home, welcome to Saipan.
Coming up, we head to Portugal for a special report on spikes and digs.
And blow the horn, we have a band that is going to knock your socks off.
We can't wait to welcome you back. Beginning October 16th, the doors of Miyako will reopen. Alongside the tranquil ocean and vibrant gardens inside the former Hyatt, Miyako will offer 2 weekday seatings for a special Japanese lunch buffet. Make your reservations Monday through Friday by calling 670-488-1000 and indulge in authentic dishes, including fresh, never frozen salmon and tuna. Make new memories at an old favorite. Make it special. Make it Miyako. Oh man, I can't wait for you to see that the tuba player. He might be the skinniest tuba player I have ever seen. You know, tuba players are usually huge. This guy's like a beanpole.
Oh gosh. Well, did you know they're gonna play at right before the Christmas in the Marianas this weekend at Paseo.
Oh.
Location, location, location. Office space on Capitol Hill available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park. With natural light and ocean views, it's the perfect place for creative professionals. So upgrade your life and your working environment. Schedule an exclusive showing now. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Welcome back, CNMI. Thanks for tuning in.
The lights in Garapan get turned on tomorrow as MVA launches Christmas in the Marianas.
The Marianas Visitors Authority hosts their 20th annual Christmas in the Marianas. The event is heavily supported by CNMI's private and public schools, with 18 schools participating in this year's competitions. MVA's Jack Aranda with the details.
So we do have several competitions. The schools usually compete in the Christmas tree competition. They also have the caroling for the elementary level. The middle school level does caroling as well, and for the high school level, they do the skit competition. They also have a Christmas tree competition, which is, we try to get the students involved as much as possible, and the decorations are made out of recyclables.
Christmas trees featuring natural and recycled decorations made by the school children will be on display for the public to enjoy. For Saipan, the event will be held in the heart of Garapan.
The opening night will be this Saturday on December 7th. We will have a Christmas illumination countdown at 6 p.m. at the Paseo de Marianas.
2 consecutive Saturday nights filled with caroling, skits, and costumes.
On the 14th, we will have the middle school and high school skit competition. So the middle school will do caroling and the high school will do a skit competition. Afterwards, we will have a costume catwalk. So the students actually come up with a costume made out of recyclables, revolving Christmas, and after that, we do have the awardings of all competitions by the end of the night.
On Tinian, the Christmas in the Marianas Variety Show will be held on December 13 at the Fiesta Grounds in San Jose. And on Rota, official Christmas tree will be lit in Song Song Village on December 7 and a float parade on December 14 from the Roundhouse in Song Song to Tunquindo Baseball Field in Sinapalo.
Well, this weekend is the McDonald's Golf Tournament, so we thought it might be nice to bring you a story with some golden arches with chandeliers.
It's mixed in with a global volleyball summit and the birthplace of both Port and Magellan. Our Chris Nelson with a reporto from Porto.
It's been 500 years since Portuguese-born Ferdinand Magellan became the first European to discover the Mariana Islands. We are returning the favor, a tall order, no doubt. This year, Porto, Portugal played host to the first ever Global Volleyball Summit, which followed the 39th FIVB World Congress. Though the NMI is one of the smallest delegations, our beach duo of Logan Mister and Andrew Johnson are among the very best in the Pacific, the reigning bronze medal champions. City of Porto is visually stunning. It's the home to about 250,000 people. It feels bigger than that, with residents packed in tightly. Porto welcomes about 4 million tourists per year. Every 2 years, the FIVB gets the volleyball world together to go over the plan for growing the sport. This year, FIVB has a new president who gave a special thank you to his predecessor.
Our team will keep working hard and we keep fighting to make our sport, to make volleyball even better and even bigger in the world. Onwards and upwards. Thank you, man.
Micronesia with the Northern Marianas, Guam, Palau, and Marshall Islands all attended this year's Congress. Palau's Hila Asanuma is a new board member for the global organization. The event featured a renowned lineup of speakers.
With great power comes great responsibility.
This summer in Paris, over 1 million people bought tickets to watch Olympic volleyball, both indoor and on the beach.
This is the investment that you have made that shows that pathway.
VB.TV is a new app that brings volleyball direct to screens big and small around the world. Outside the walls of Congress, Porto is known for many things. For one, it's the birthplace of port wine. In the 17th century, English traders wanted wine that could survive long ocean voyages without turning into vinegar. So the Portuguese added brandy to the wine, and voila, port wine was born. The city itself sits on the banks of the Douro River. If this spot had a Tinder profile, it would read "Swipe right" for a scenic view. Does this look familiar? A civil engineer named Gustav designed this bridge. He was also responsible for a little tower in the heart of Paris that you may have seen somewhere. Gustav something or other. What was his last name? It's coming to me. Rhymes with rifle, I think. He did pretty good laying that Paris tower on its side. Trams are used for scenic transport throughout the city. Porto is full of hills, and that's why e-bike tours are popular here. The Romans were here in the 1st and 2nd century, followed by the Visigoths, then the Arabs, and then the Spanish. None had e-bikes. They probably wish they had. The area has some unique traditions, some of them quite smelly, including chasing women with garlic flowers, a pungent plant that smells like garlic mixed with manure.
And so the older tradition was, if you fell in love with somebody, you would go next to the person you had fallen in love with, bang them with the garlic flower on the head, and then anyone else who would approach her would know she's already taken because she would smell bad. Yeah. So it was kind of this archaic way of marking a territory, if you know what I mean.
Porto is a tale of two cities. The king controlled one side of the river and the bishops controlled the other. Taxes were lower on the king's side, and that's why most of the wine production was done here on the left bank as we are looking out over the city. The drinking happened mostly on the other side.
They asked the king if they could build it on the other side of the river. The king said, hell yes. So they built it on the other side.
Before dams were built to control the flow of the river water, the river was much more erratic, giving life and access to the sea, but also bringing floods and destruction. Footbridges were built for residents to cross the river, but in 1809 the French invaded, and the inhabitants tried to use the footpaths to flee with great loss of life.
The second bridge, even more older than this one, that was done in the beginning of the 19th century, was a bridge that was made out of the gebilla boats. So again, a really fragile bridge for only pedestrians to cross that was completely destroyed during the French invasions. So remember that I mentioned that we had 3 of them. The last invasion that happened on the 29th of March, 1809, the French troops were successful in reaching the land here. So they reached the area of the riverside, and all of the inhabitants of that region start to flee to Gaia side using that boat bridge. The problem is, the bridge could not withstand the weight and the amount of population that was passing by, so it collapsed, killing 4,000 people that day.
These days, Porto has some of the fanciest McDonald's on the planet. These historical buildings were allowed to be used for the Golden Arches, but the city put a lot of restrictions on what could be modified.
Chandeliers on the inside, mirrors all around, and a stained glass window like those found in churches at the back end. Yeah.
I think Ronald and Joe Azuzu would be proud. As the sun sets on Porto, we can't help humming along. From Porto, Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Next up, a special combination of music and the people behind the music.
We pay lip service to the U.S. Air Force Band of the Pacific. They are here on island spreading good cheer through their passion in the arts. Our Chris Nelson has more.
We often hear about the Pacific being the tip of the spear, but for some members of the military, their weapon of choice doesn't ever intimidate. Instead, it soothes, inspires, and brings cheer. Military bands can bring friendship and smiles to all corners of the world.
We as musicians have kind of a unique capacity to build bridges between people and across regions where other people might not receive quite as warm of a welcome. You know, it's one thing if you're going to bring an aircraft carrier somewhere. It's very different if you're going to send a small group of friendly faces to communicate through a language that people everywhere understand, which is music.
This week, the band performed at schools in Saipan and Tinian and will play tomorrow afternoon with the Pacific Winds.
We are here in conjunction with an Air Force program called Operation Christmas Drop that delivers supplies like fishing nets and toys and medical supplies all over the Pacific to different really small islands. And so we were inspired by that, and we decided to do kind of our own musical Christmas drop.
We will have more with these talented musicians in the coming days, but tonight we leave you with a special original composition that they love to play.
Coming up in sports, golfers a chance to tee off for a good cause and hole in one.
And bikers a grueling 100 km of painful fun.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
Buenas sports fans.
Buenas sports fans. Tomorrow morning, watch out for cyclists, especially tired ones. MVA's annual signature bicycle race kicks off at 6 a.m. for the 100-kilometer ride around the island. MVA says over 150 cyclists will participate from 10 countries and territories. All dog owners along the route encouraged to keep those canines tied up or inside the fences and keep everyone safe.
Tomorrow morning at Laulau Bay is the third biannual McDonald's Golf Classic. Showtime is 6 a.m. and go time is 7 a.m. As of news time, still some spaces available. You can register and pay online at McDonald's Guam and Saipan.com. The tournament benefits the Ronald McDonald House of Charities and has raised over $40,000 in previous years. This year's contest includes hole-in-one and raffle prizes.
This holiday, would you rather buy this TV or get one for free? For a limited time only, bring home a free 43-inch Samsung Smart TV when you sign up on Link with DTV Plus today. Just imagine your favorite movies, shows, and more, all in stunning quality on your brand new screen. Visit DocomoPacific.com or see us in store to learn more. Docomo Pacific, better together.
Hey golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Here's the weather. Tonight, partly cloudy with only a 20% chance of isolated showers, with mild east winds and lows of around 78 degrees. Tomorrow, Saturday, a 30% chance of isolated showers during the day, with milder weather in the evening, making the Christmas lighting ceremony in Garapan an inviting place to be. The sun has set tonight at 5:46 p.m. and will rise tomorrow at 6:31 a.m., just in time for the bike racers of the Hell of the Marianas to be making their ascent to Suicide Cliff. They will then pedal into the sunrise while circling the entire island. They will certainly hope that the 30% chance of rain cools them off during one of their hellish ascents, and they may even pass me while I am in the water or on the land.
That's news, sports, and weather. Thanks for tuning in.
It's going to be a busy weekend, Saipan. Take advantage of our opportunities. There's music everywhere. Christmas is in the air.